Beautiful people. It's Friday. We made it through another week. I pray that you've had at least one video that has truly encouraged your heart. Let's dive into today's video. It says, be careful what you entertain. Sin fascinates before it assassinates. Like that. It fascinates before it assassinates. Let's look at the verse that I chose to connect here. This is James chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, and it says, temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. It fascinates before it assassinates. Something you have to understand, and hear me good. Sin does not present itself as sin. Sin presents itself as something that is pleasurable, something that you want, something that is enticing. Sin never shows you the end of the story. Sin doesn't tell you you're going to lose your job because of this. You're going to lose your wife and your children because of this. You're going to lose your income because of this. You're going to lose your connection to God because of this. Sin is not going to tell you that. Okay, and here's another thing to get. Not everything in life is sin. But if it is something that you do in your life that may not be a sin, but it has you lingering on the fence, you need to avoid it at all costs. Because again, when sin is allowed to grow, see, the desires of your heart give birth to sinful actions. When you let those thoughts or those needs or those desires in you remain, it starts to push you closer to sin. And then pretty soon sin doesn't look like sin anymore. It looks like the next step. And so you delve into this sin. And sin is not interested in just invading your life. The devil wants to destroy your life. And if sin is allowed to remain and it begins to grow, it will grow and give birth to death. Because again, it fascinates, then it assassinates. It draws you in, makes you think everything is fine, and then it takes you out. The thief cometh for to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal, kill, and destroy. You have the ability to push away from all of these desires. You have to be so alert and in tune to the spirit that you see what the devil or what the enemy is trying to perpetrate in your life. You recognize it, and then you pray it away. You don't allow it to remain, because if it remains, it will start to grow. And if it grows, it will lead to your assassination. And that is what we don't want. We want to avoid that at all costs. So please understand, you cannot take fire into your bosom and not be burned. Right? If you play with fire, you're going to get burned. That's what we say. You play with fire, you're going to get burned. If you allow the fascination to draw you in, don't be surprised when you find yourself in the crosshairs of the sniper named Satan, and he takes his shot and he takes you down. Don't be surprised, because that was his plot, his plan all along. He told Eve, hey, look at this fruit. She said, God said not to eat that fruit. He said, yeah, you know why he said that, right? He said it because he knows that the moment you eat this, you're going to be just like him. He didn't mean that you'd really die. Sin doesn't look like sin. He shows her the fruit, and the fruit looked good to her. It fascinated her. And then she ate it. And then she gave it to her husband, and he ate it too. Assassination. The moment that they ate the fruit, God had to deal with them. And then there became consequences. The consequences led to separation from the Father. Assassination. Please be wise. Be thoughtful. Be prayerful. Ask God for discerning eyes so that anytime the enemy presents something or anytime anything is presented to you, you will see it for what it is. Is it a blessing from God? Is it a trick from the enemy that's trying to sprinkle sin in my life, that's trying to hide sin in my life, that's trying to plant sin in my life? Because if that's what it is, I want it gone. Because I'm not going to allow it to fascinate me, so it'll never have a chance to assassinate me. That's it for this week, guys. I pray that today's video blessed you the way it blessed me. I pray that you will take a moment and share this with someone that you love. Do me a favor before you leave me. Look down in the comments below. Click the comments section. Leave me a comment and let me know how you plan to use today's new knowledge, new wisdom that you have to live a better life for Jesus. All right. Next week we'll come to you again. This is it for this week, but next week we will come to you again. All right. If you're a father, I need all my fathers to take a moment and complete the survey. I will leave the link in the show notes or in the description of this video. Click that link, fill out the survey, fathers. Your voice will be heard on our Father's Day edition of the podcast. All right. Watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life. God bless you.